South Africa is once again in the middle of a storm that has shaken the very core of its justice system, and this time it's not about politicians or businessmen, it's about a judge. Yes, an acting judge who was trusted to uphold justice, now accused of taking a massive R2.5 million bribe to influence a bail decision. This story feels like a movie, but it's not fiction. It's happening right now, and it's sending shockwaves across the country. The name at the heart of this scandal is Acting Judge Aubrey Ledwaba, a man once seen as a respected figure in the Gauteng High Court. For years, his name carried weight and respect within legal circles, but today it's being whispered with suspicion, anger, and disbelief. Witnesses have come forward before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, claiming that Judge Ledwaba accepted millions to grant bail to a businessman and murder accused, Katiso KT Molefe. And just like that, a man who was supposed to stand for integrity and fairness is now being painted as the face of judicial corruption. The allegations are wild. Witness A police investigator, testified that their team received an anonymous tip suggesting a secret payment was made to influence Molefe's bail decision. Witness B, a detective with the Gauteng Organized Crime Unit, added even more fire to the story. She claimed that Judge Ledwaba's decision to grant bail seemed suspiciously prearranged. According to her, the judge acted like someone who already knew how the hearing would end before it even began. His tone, his reasoning, and even the leniency of Molefe's bail conditions all raised eyebrows. It was as if he was going through the motions of a decision that had already been bought and paid for. Now, let's take a moment to imagine the weight of this accusation. A judge, the one person who is supposed to represent justice without fear or favor, being accused of accepting a R2.5 million bribe to decide someone's fate. It's not just shocking, it's heartbreaking. Because if these allegations are true, then every South African who ever stepped into a courtroom looking for fairness has every reason to feel betrayed. The integrity of the entire judiciary is now under a dark cloud, and the public is watching closely, wondering who they can trust if even the judges are not clean. But Judge Ledwaba isn't backing down. He has denied every single allegation, calling them lies meant to tarnish his name and destroy his career. He insists he did nothing wrong and even refused to take special leave when Chief Justice Mandisa Maya offered it to him as a way to protect the image of the judiciary. That decision, to stay on the bench in the middle of such explosive accusations, has left the country divided. Some say he's brave, that only an innocent man would refuse to step aside. Others say he's reckless, that he's putting his pride above the reputation of the entire court system. Chief Justice Mandisa Maya released a strong statement saying that even though the allegations have not yet been proven, they are serious enough to damage public trust. She emphasized that South Africans must have confidence in their judges, and that's impossible when allegations of corruption are hanging in the air like a dark cloud. She encouraged anyone with concrete evidence to report it to the Judicial Conduct Committee so the truth can be uncovered through proper investigation. Her message was clear: no one is above scrutiny, not even judges. Meanwhile, the organization Judges Matter, known for promoting accountability within the legal system, didn't hold back either. They urged Judge Ledwaba to temporarily step aside from his duties, not as an admission of guilt, but as a gesture of respect for the court. They said it's not about personal pride but about preserving the dignity of the judiciary. Because whether we like it or not, perception matters. And right now, the perception is that something smells rotten inside one of South Africa's highest courts. And that's when the political voices jumped in. The Umkhonto we Sizwe Party, MKP, known for being outspoken about corruption and justice, announced it will file a formal complaint with the Judicial Service Commission to have Judge Ledwaba suspended. Their statement was firm: it is untenable for the busiest high court in South Africa to be led by a judge facing such grave allegations. In other words, they're saying South Africa cannot afford to have a potentially compromised judge sitting on the bench while such heavy accusations are being investigated. Their tone captured what many ordinary citizens are feeling: frustration, anger, and a growing fear that corruption has spread to the very institutions meant to protect them. The Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, where all of this is unfolding, has now become one of the most watched events in the country. Every day brings new testimonies, new whispers, and new doubts. People are glued to the updates, desperate to know what's true and what's not. And with each passing moment, the story becomes more tangled, more political, and more emotional. Some people are convinced this is a deliberate attempt to destroy Judge Ledwaba's reputation, a character assassination launched by powerful forces who want him out of the way. Others believe this is finally the curtain being pulled back on the corruption that has long been rumored to exist inside South Africa's justice system. But here's what makes this case so gripping: no matter which side you believe, the implications are massive. If Judge Ledwaba is guilty, then one of the most sacred pillars of democracy, the judiciary, has been compromised by greed. That means justice in South Africa is no longer blind, it's for sale. But if he's innocent, then we are witnessing one of the most ruthless smear campaigns in legal history, one designed to shatter a man's life and career. Either way, the damage is already done. The public's faith in the courts has been shaken, and it will take more than a statement to rebuild it. This isn't just about one judge or one case, it's about the image of justice itself. People are asking hard questions. How many other cases might have been influenced by money? How deep does this go? Are there others who have quietly taken bribes without getting caught? It's a terrifying thought, but it's one that South Africans can't ignore anymore. The system is under the microscope, and the world is watching. And while the investigations continue, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. The Commission is still hearing witnesses, new names are being whispered behind closed doors, and more shocking details could come out at any moment. What happens next could redefine how justice is viewed in South Africa for generations to come. So, what do you think? Do you believe Judge Ledwaba is innocent, a victim of political manipulation and false testimony, or is he part of a deeper corruption network that has finally been exposed? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is one every South African needs to have. And if you don't want to miss the next chapter of this unbelievable real-life drama, then make sure you subscribe right now to Zanzi TV. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and stay with us as we dig deeper into every shocking twist and every explosive revelation. Because trust me, this story is only just beginning, and what's coming next might shake South Africa's entire legal world. Stay tuned, because at Zanzi TV, we bring you the truth, raw, real, and straight from the heart of the nation.